First and foremost, I want to give all praise to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai. Double honor to the elders, great millstone, and salutation to all y'all came on the highways and byways. I'm gonna get into this. Title of the video. I don't know what I'm gonna title the video yet, but most of it's gonna be about the food shortages that's coming. But I'm gonna read the title of it. Nobel UN Food Agency warns 2021 will be the worst in 2020. United Nations, the head of the World Food Program, said the Nobel Peace Prize has given the UN agency a spotlight, a megaphone to warn world leaders that next year is going to be worse than this year. And without billions of dollars, we are going to have famines of biblical proportions in 2021. Biblical, Let's get the definition of that. A biblical proportion adjective of or pertaining to a natural disaster or other cataclysmic event so immense that it brings to mind biblical accounts of horrific catastrophes. A biblical proportion. So basically, it's basically like the scriptures, It's the scripture tells us there's nothing new under the sun, and everything that happened before time is gonna happen again, you know. So it basically is saying it brings to mind a biblical accounts, in stories or in a book. The scriptures tell us about these things where our people they were starving so much, the famine happened, they were eating bird dung, shit, eating their own children, So they just said it's gonna be like biblical proportions. What do I still have it? Yeah. So this is gonna get real bad out here real fast. You know? You got Jake celebrating Thanksgiving. Like what is that, Everything is all cool now. And I was reading this meme that said, what if 2020 was a trailer for 2021? So Esau knows, real diseases and real famines is coming. You have some here and there about people getting sick or people starving, but it's gonna get real worse, David Beasley said in an interview with the Associated Press that the Norwegian Nobel Committee was looking at the work the agency does every day in conflict, disasters, and refugee camps, often putting staffers' lives at risk to feed millions of hungry people, but also to send a message to the world that it's getting worse out there, and that our hardest work is yet to come. Like that's it on it. Those are gonna have more to read on it. Oh yeah. It was so timely because we've been fighting to get above the core, Beasley said of the last month award, pointing to the news being dominated by U.S. elections and the COVID-19 pandemic, and the difficulty of getting global attention focused on the adversity that we're facing around the world. So this was really a gift from above, Beasley said, recalling the surprising delight of WFP's 20,000 staffers worldwide and his own shock at being interrupted during a meeting in Niger and Africa, Sahel region with the news. Beasley recalled his warning to the UN Security Council in April that as the world was dealing with the coronavirus pandemic, it was also on the brink of hunger pandemic that could lead to multiple famines of biblical proportions. Within a few months, if immediate action wasn't taken, we were able to avert it in 2020 because the world leaders responded with money, stimulus packages, the deferral of debt, he said. But basically, the only reason why there's food still here is because of stimulus packages. But we wouldn't need a stimulus packages if Esau didn't shut down the businesses. But Esau shut down the businesses and all this, the grocery stores and these restaurants because the coronavirus. So Esau planned this all out. Look at that, bringing the coronavirus, shut down all the businesses. Now you have no choice but to give them stimulus packages. Give the public stimulus packages to keep America afloat for a couple of months. Now it's not now. You can't. The scriptures tell us that the I forgot the plagues are like a woman travailing with a child. So like in that time, it's gonna be like it's gonna get real bad. You can't stop a woman from having her child. Beasley said COVID-19 is surging again. Economics are continuing to deteriorate, particularly in low and middle income countries, and there's another wave of lockdowns and shutdowns. But he said the money that was available in 2020 isn't going to be available in 2021. So basically, all them stimulus packages are going to be gone. So he has been using the Nobel to meet leaders virtually and in person, talk to parliaments, and give speeches to sensitive those with power to this tragedy that we are facing, crises that really are going to be extraordinary over the next, who knows, 12 to 18 months. So it's going to get worse. And once January, I remember I was watching this video, right? It was about the New York New Year's with the ball drop. You know how every New Year's, the ball drops in New York City. It's have a countdown of 10, 9, and the meme said, imagine it went down to 0 and all you hear is zombies in the back. See, people. There was another video I was watching. This Jake was making a funny skit. He was acting like he was a doctor. He had the coronavirus vaccine and he shot somebody up with it. And the guy came back acting like a zombie, biting him. Jake. People are figuring out like this is not no joke. People are joking with it, but people are waking up in the sense that no one's trusting Esau. But that the scriptures tell us that witchcraft will be cut off. No one's buying Esau. No one's listening to the media. No one ain't listening to Esau no more. You know. Everybody now wants to meet with the Nobel Peace Prize winner. Beasley said, explained, he now gets 45 minutes instead of 15 minutes to leaders and is able to go into depth and explain how bad things are going to be the next year and how leaders are going to have to prioritize programs, and the response has really been good, he said. I'm telling them you're not going to have enough money to fund all the projects you historically fund, he said. Those are important things, Beasley said, but he likened the upcoming crisis to the Titanic, saying right now we really need to focus on icebergs, and icebergs are famine, starvation, destabilization, and migration. So basically, he's compared 2020 to a Titanic. You ever watched the movie or read a book about it? It was a giant ship that crashed into an iceberg that sunk. So, basically, the iceberg is Titanic. The icebergs are the famines, and people are gonna start starving real soon. That's where you get that scripture that said people are gonna be invading one another. Why? Because people are gonna be hungry. The children. No one's gonna see their child starve. Or the women starve. Or themselves. People are gonna start killing each other, one way or another, for the can of beans that you have in your cabinet. All these food that people take for granted. You know, it's gonna be the top thing keeping you sustained in that day. You know, people nowadays always want the best. They go to the rest. You got these high up Edomites, or you got some of the other nations, or Jake. In some cases, they all go to these fancy restaurants, right? And what are you gonna do when you eat, when there's not none of that is open? You can't be picky in that day. Everybody wants to go to them bougie restaurants, and all this and that. But it's not gonna be there in that day. Or that food's gonna be spoiled. You're gonna have to eat canned foods that can last like 2 to 3 years. Beef jerky lasts like I think a year or two if it's still packaged. I was looking up on that, but I'm gonna keep reading. This Beasley said WFP needs 15 billion next year, 5 billion just to avert famine, and 10 billion to carry out the agency global programs, including for malnourished children in school lunches, which are often the only meal youngsters get. He's all trying to act like he cares. He's gonna create the problem, then create the solution. And Esau, man, is a devil, man. He's gonna act like he cares. If you really care about these people, care about anybody, you would teach them how to grow their own crops or catch their own fish. Or I'm not saying not help people, but you should help like in a way so they can do it on their own, so they don't gotta depend on you. But Esau thinks he's the most high, and everybody should go to him. Like Esau, man, you and your GMO chicken and your steroid turkey is, you get, no one needs that trash. You know. Remember, I looked up what chickens and roosters are. They're just a mutation, not a mutation. Genetically engineered birds. If you look that up, they weren't even. They're not natural animals that you would actually find. It's a crossbred bird. Esau feeding people stuff that he made. Broccoli. You can never find that. A lot of foods you don't even know Esau be making. Labs and whatnot. Esau thinks he's the most high. Esau acting like he cares about the children. 15 billion next year, 5 billion. Just help people. No, Esau doesn't want to help. He just want to be a devil, acting like he cares. If I could get that if I could get that coupled with our normal money, we will avert famine around the world and minimize. There's been a famine in Africa. Esau. There's famines in Haiti. And these other countries, right? People eating dirt or whatever, eating just plums off a tree, and you got Esau talking about we would avert a famine around the world. There's been a famine for lots of people since forever, since you've been in power. He doesn't care. He don't care. Like, there's always been famine. What is he talking? If I could get that coupled with our normal money, then we would avert famine around the world. If you want to avert famine, you wouldn't be making them sad Ethiopian whatchamacallit, them commercials. Have you ever stayed up at night, right, and you have Comcast, right, and you just hear 5 cents a day you can help a child in need, like, and I seen that video like 5 years ago when I was a kid. I just wake up in the middle of the night and just watch the commercial, like, so like, what is Esau talking about? Like famines is something new now. This never been happening. This been going on. You just don't care. You want to give everybody Bill Gates want to go over these poor countries and give people vaccines, but that's it. Probably gives him a lollipop after that, some nonsense. Esau is a devil. You know, man, you can't. And people try to say Ishmael is like, how is Arabic's Esau? You can't. I can't see that. You just ridiculous. They act nothing alike. You know who the devil is. That's the so-called white man. It had to be. Man, what he does is ridiculous. He's gonna play He's gonna act like, dang, there's a famine around the world, and this coronavirus. Like, you started all of this. Wicked, man. Trying to be like the most. You're not the most high. You know? He's delusional. In addition to raising extra money from governments, Beasley said his other great hope is that billionaires that have made billions during the COVID-19 pandemic will step up on a one-time basis. He plans to start pushing this message probably in December or January. In April, Beasley said 135 million people face crisis levels of hunger or worse. So there's a lot of people affected by this coronavirus. A WFP analyst then showed that COVID-19 could push an additional 130 million people to the brink of starvation by the end of 2020. So he said in Wednesday virtual interview from Rome, where WFP is based, that while famine was averted this year, the number of people facing the crisis levels of hunger is increasing toward 207 million. There's about 3,000 countries that could possibly enter the famine condition if we don't have the money we need. Beasley said 3,000 countries. That's a lot of people. That's a lot of countries infected by the famine. Esau's the devil. He knows what he's doing. Next, he's gonna say, if you want food, you're gonna have to get the vaccine and the microchip. Watch, he's baiting, he's tricking, he's starving people out. He's like, yeah, you don't want the chip because you got everybody across the United States, everybody across the world waking up to Esau and waking up to Bill Gates and the vaccine They said, okay, you guys can wake up. It's fine. I'm just gonna starve you guys out. Basically, that's what Esau's doing. You're gonna take the vaccine. He wants you. You know, Lord's willing, we're to hopefully elect. But that's what this is Esau's plan. He's trying to starve people out just so he can push that vaccine and the microchips. Just think about it. He's starving everybody out. This whole called coronavirus pandemic is to starve people out, shut down these businesses, these grocery stores, Stop and Shop, Market Bed, whatever, just so he can implement the vaccine. Hey, if you want food, you're gonna have to get it. You're gonna get the vaccine. So Esau knows what he's doing. He's not. People are waking up. He knows that. So you know what he's gonna do. All right, you can wake up. We need my vaccine to get food. How about that? And it's illegal to live off the grid. So Esau's gonna be looking for people. So, so we think he's gonna be looking like, what do you guys think you're doing out here, bud? He's gonna lock you up. Esau, man, is a you can't, man. Esau's the devil. There's about 3 dozen countries that could possibly enter the famine if we don't have the money we need, Beasley said. According to a joint analysis by WFP and the UN Food Agriculture Organization in October, 20 countries are likely to face potential spikes in high acute food insecurity in the next 3 to 6 months and require urgent attention. Of those, Yemen, South Sudan, northeastern Nigeria, Burkina Faso have some areas that have reached a critical hunger situation following years of conflict or other shocks. UN agencies said and any further deterioration in coming months could lead to a risk of famine. And other countries requiring urgent attention are Afghanistan, Cameroon, Central African Republic, Congo, Ethiopia, Haiti, Lebanon, Mali, Mozambique, Niger, Syria, Leone, Somalia, Sudan, Syria, Venezuela, Zimbabwe. They said. So basically, I gotta say this. Why is famine getting the news now? There's always been famines in the world right now. The only reason why it is getting so much, because of coronavirus, so much popularity, I should say, or being put out in the front of the news like that because they're trying to blame it on the coronavirus. The coronavirus is making look at this. Beasley said a COVID-19 vaccine will create some optimism that hopefully will help jump the economies around the world, particularly the Western economies. But the WFP executive director said there's already been 17 billion of economic stimulus this year, and we're not going to have that globally. We're very, very concerned that with deferred debt payments for low and middle income countries resuming in January, new lockdowns in the rippling economic impact. 2021 is going to be a very bad year, Beasley. Very bad. See that? Look at Esau. Very bad year. Esau, man. Esau's fit. Esau knows what he's doing. Very bad year. At least he's not. Esau is about to just come out and just say, hey, the vaccine will start killing people. Because you got Esau already telling the truth. Esau's gonna, old tongues shall fall upon themselves. They're warning people. You know, you got Esau. 2021 is going to be a very bad year. Very bad, not just bad. People gonna be starving, like eating their children. The scriptures talk about people. That happened before. So the scriptures tell us there's nothing new under the sun. So what makes you think it's not gonna happen again? So it's gonna be hectic out there. People are gonna be fighting, people breaking down doors. So it's gonna happen. So just gotta keep praying to Yahweh Bashim Yashai. Hope He has mercy on us. I'm gonna delete out of this. Lamentations 4:9. They that be slain with the sword are better than they that be slain with hunger, for these pine away, stricken through for want of the fruits of the field. So it's better to be slain with better than they that be slain with the sword are better than they that be slain with hunger. Because your body it eats itself away and you suffer longer. If you were to get shot or stabbed, the pain will last probably like, I don't know, an hour or 10 minutes. You starving, man, could start that pain. You could suffer for days, for weeks, for years. I mean, okay, I don't think a lot of people survive starvation. Well, the Lord could do whatever. He can make you starve and make it last as long as He wants it to. But yeah, there's a lot of pain coming with starving. It's better to be slain, but they're gonna wish they had death, but death shall flee away from them. The scriptures tell us that. So the Lord is gonna make people suffer. You got Jake eating lobsters and celebrating these wicked holidays, these pagan holidays. They have nothing to do with the Most High. Christmas is coming up, you know. Thanksgiving just happened, and you got Jake celebrating it like this is like you're celebrating your own people's downfall, like our deaths, you know. So-called Native Americans and what Esau did to them, you know. Everybody's making yams and all this, you know. It's like you're celebrating your own deaths basically, you know, and it's ridiculous. Jake, you can always eat a big dinner any other day. You know why you can always do it. Why does it got to be today? You know, Jake is just fried, man. Um, Esau doing this because that birthright. Ezekiel 35:5, because thou had a perpetual hatred, hast shed the blood of the children of Israel by the force of the sword in the time of their calamity, in the time that their iniquity had an end. So Esau, he knows he's getting kicked out the power seat. You know, he's not gonna be the superpower. The Lord's coming back. You know, and the Lord's gonna take him out. You know, because Esau's done nothing for the whole world but wickedness. He has done nothing. You know, but you know that hatred that he has, which is why he's rushing everything. Because the Lord's coming back. This hatred that he had for his from the birthright. But his kingdom's falling apart. That's why you see him rushing everything about the vaccine coming out in December of the second week, December 15th. I heard. I'm sitting there like, dang, that's kind of fast. I heard they said they're gonna do it in January or next year or something. Now Esau's like, no, 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 December. They know the Lord is coming. They see the chariots. They're like, oh man, they're sweating. Esau probably underground bunker is sweating right now. I gotta show you guys this clip in this movie that matches. Wait, let me see how much time I have left on this video. All right, all right. Wait, I gotta show this movie clip. Because they're gonna have Esau hiding, sweating, scared. This is a great clip to show you guys. I just want to show this clip when he pulls them out of the ground. Watch this. That's what the elect are gonna be doing. Wait, hold up. Oh my gosh, man. See that? See that? That's what's gonna happen to Esau. That is exactly what's gonna happen to him. They're gonna get pulled out from under it. I'm gonna get that scripture right now. I'm gonna try to end this video and make another one. Hopefully it doesn't cancel. That's what's paraphrasing. Revelation 6:16, it said to the mountains and rocks, fall on us, and hide us from the face of him that sitteth on the throne, and from the wrath of the Lamb. Who sitteth on the throne? Yahweh, and the wrath of the Lamb is Yahushai. And look, that's Esau. That's that video clip. That's what Esau's gonna do, and that's the elect. They're just gonna yank him out. Okay, nah, man, you're just gonna find him. Oh, just eat him out. Look at that. This is the scripture I wanted to get. Amos 9:2. Though they dig into hell, then shall mine hand take them. Though they climb up to heaven, thence will I bring them down. So they're gonna hide in the space station. They're gonna hide in the ground like this. Probably gonna be deeper, but yeah, this is a great interpretation of what Esau's gonna try to do. Gonna have underground base. Yeah, like they're gonna be able to have spiritual power. You think Esau's gonna use his blessing, get a gun in that day? Like, you're not getting anything. You know. And if you've seen this movie, you're gonna know that that bunker was underground too. They had to go all the way downstairs in the White House. You know. So Esau's finished. So you think he's gonna get away with this wickedness? He's creating these famines and all this. Ultimately, it's the Most High. For Jake being wicked and the whole world being wicked. The whole world is in turmoil. The whole world is sinning. You know, because Esau, under the rulership of Esau. You know, but I want to end it like that. We're almost there. You know, but 2021, keep praying. Because it's gonna get more tougher and heavier out here. I want to give all praise to Yahweh, Bashem, Yahushai, the born to the elders, great millstone, and salutation to all y'all coming out in the Bible. Till next time, I say shalom.